Fear is something that is absolutely normal. The point is like fear, yes, it can stop us from really pushing us outside of our comfort zone, and makes us stay small, makes us stay, I guess you can say, yeah, comfortable, right? But you can look at it another way and think, you know what? This is going to push me outside of my comfort zone to a place and a space that I've never felt, experienced, or been before. And that's what's so incredible about life, right? And I always find that when you're feeling fear about doing something, that's usually an indicator that you are on the right track. All of our actions are based on either one or two emotions, either love or fear. That sounds really simple, but it sounds really profound, really deep. And if you think about it, like all your actions, whether it's in your work, with your family, to yourself, what are the things that you're doing in your day-to-day that makes you decide, I'm going to do this thing over this thing? If you think about it, that really holds true, right? So either we're doing something out of love, like we're feeling open and expansive, and we're feeling light and bright and high energy, or we're doing something out of fear, out of being contracted, out of being low vibes, out of being, these negative feelings. Whenever you're up against something, asking yourself, am I doing this out of love or am I doing this out of fear? I want to invite you into that idea, like whenever you come up against something, whatever it is that you are fearful of, whether it's take a chance on a job or on dating somebody or saying no to somebody, right? It can go hand in hand, either an intuitive yes or hell no, right? So whatever it is that you have some fear around, I invite you to ask yourself, am I doing this from a place of expansiveness, from love, or if I'm doing this from a place of fear? And so when you think about that fear, I'd like you to ask yourself, what is the cost of me not doing this? I'm going to repeat that. What is the cost of me not doing this? Okay. And then the next question I invite you to ask yourself is, what will I receive if I do this? What will I receive if I do this? Seem really simple, right? Questions to ask ourselves when we're faced up against something that we have fear around. But so often do we not stop, reflect, and ask ourselves these questions. Because if we really stopped and asked, whether it was fear around moving somewhere, getting in a relationship with someone, getting out of a relationship with somebody, saying yes to a job, saying no more to a job, is if you really, really got quiet and got still. And all the other opinions and all the other ways that people may influence you, or social media or the news. And if you really just tuned into your own inner guidance, you would have the answer. And so 2 keys to unlock and overcome your fear I'd love to give you today, just to support you and keep moving you forward. The number 1 key is mindset. So important, our mindset. So like I was saying, take that time for you to get still and ask yourself these questions. What's the cost of me not to do this particular thing? And what would I receive if I were to do it? Right? And so our mindset is so important, because I talk about this a lot, is that everything is energy. We're all made up of energy. Everything is vibrating at its own frequency. We may not see it, but it is. And even our thoughts even our words, which become our actions, have their own energy. Did you know that we can produce up to 50,000 thoughts a day? That's a lot of thoughts. If you were to reframe how you view your experience of life, whatever you're coming up against in your life and that you are fearful of, if you can just reframe that and have a growth mindset, then already you are changing your frequency to a higher vibration. You are already, in your expansion. You are already open to receive all the limitless, abundant opportunities that are available to us. But as soon as we, start to go in that downward spiral, oh, this thing happened to me last time. I got, I had a heartache, they screwed me, or, I don't want to move again. That was like too hard for me. As soon as we go into that victim mode and we start just, feeling sorry for ourselves and going down, 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 it's like it gets even harder to pick ourselves up out of that. So I encourage you to really, focus on a growth mindset. We have a meditation practice. We recognize there's thoughts, but we are not the thought. But again, like I said, thoughts are energy. So we have to be conscious of like what it is that we are thinking of. And then I encourage you to try a meditation practice. Morning is really the most supportive time for all of us. All the ancient spiritual wisdom and sages say that it is the morning time that we are the most receptive, right? And so, we don't want to start our day with news, which is fear-based. We don't want to start our day with, messages and social media and other people's opinions, thoughts, and, maybe bad energy and low vibes. You want to stay, with yourself, calm, collected, and just start your day like that. And I promise you that will overflow to every part of your day. Again, just invite you to have a growth mindset and encourage you to try meditation practice. Do encourage breath work before the meditation. So I always found that it's just so much more powerful and so much more easier to just be like, just get present in your body and to stop all that mind chatter that typically happens all day long for all of us. And so even just like a simple, even inhale, even exhale, or something like you inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 8. Or there's a breathing practice called breath of fire, which is from the Kundalini yoga practice, which is a really great one as well. And so just doing some type of breath work before your meditation will really, really be supportive for you. Sometimes what we mistake as fear is sometimes it's just excitement. Like we're actually excited because we know that we are onto something. We know that, wow, we are like stepping into something so much bigger than we could have ever imagined that, here we are. So I just encourage you, again, those 2 keys to unlock and overcome your fear, mindset, and meditation.